I come from the marketing world, and so content is king, right? And there's the
And
Gary
Queen.
And Queen, and there's the Gary Vaynerchuk's of the world, and every company should be a media company first, and then whatever you do second, right? And so, we encourage folks to do this. We encourage people to network. We encourage them to make content. I encourage people to create freelancer brands for themselves, so that rather than going from employed to unemployed, they go from employed to self-employed. But there's a lot of resistance just in the general, career coaching space and job seeker space from folks to creating content. Like, it's cringy. I don't want to sound stupid. I don't want to, put something out there and then get flack. Even yesterday, like, I posted some poll about remote work, and one of the comments was like, how many times is this poll going to get posted? Like, what's even the purpose of this? And I was like, I don't know, to test out the poll feature. Like, I used to be that person who was like super anxious and terrified of making content. And it's taken years and years and years to get to a point where, I can do something like this and be super comfortable. But there's a lot of success that happens even before you get to a place of comfort, I think. But what sort of pushback do you see? If the typical average job seeker doesn't like to make content, someone who's, dealing with different disabilities, especially invisible disabilities, what are the difficulties and the pushback that you see when working with folks? What sort of things go through their head as they try to put themselves out there like that?
Great question. And a lot of it is just self-esteem, right? Because if you think about it, everything they've been doing up until this point, they're not getting results.
Mm-hmm.
So why would you want to try what a complete stranger is suggesting? To touch on your poll comment, I absolutely agree. People lash out, right? They're like, why are we doing this? It's so silly. And it just reminded me of, like, from a special education perspective, all challenging behavior is a form of communication. So people get pissed because they have challenging behavior. They're trying to communicate something. Obviously, they're frustrated. This hasn't worked. I need help. It's a call for help.
Mm-hmm.
Right? It's all communication, especially on LinkedIn, because you're on the internet.
Right.
Right? You're going to get plenty of, I get such colorful things in my inbox. Unbelievable. I got a date request. I've gotten
I've
some
had
really
weird stuff. Yeah. Some weird
Yeah.
stuff. Even in like
But it's like,
reviews, one of the reviews I got on one of the websites that I coach on is like a little bit too much. I was like, if someone wants to go find it, have fun finding it. But oh my goodness, I remember I got the review and I was like, I don't know how to take that down. It's on a website I don't own. It's just like out there.
yeah, it's on the internet.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, in terms of, to get back to your question, what you're saying about helping job seekers with disabilities, I think getting visible is something a lot of people don't understand.
Mm-hmm.
Visibility is so important. And I go back to the idea of a resume. In my opinion, a resume doesn't make you visible, because once you click submit, it's like this game of offense and defense. When you click submit, now you're on defense, because now you're playing the waiting game, right? And in my opinion, the waiting game is what causes that stress and anxiety.
Yes.
It's like dating, right? You're waiting for that text back, that call back after the first date. You never get it. I mean, hopefully you do, but you know what? It creates that anxiety. So instead of that, I suggest to go on offense. Offense is being proactive, pushing out content that supports your expertise. Because when you do, you are inevitably putting in those keywords based on your expertise. And hiring managers are searching for those keywords. They don't know your first and last name. Why would they? They don't have your resume. So they're searching for, like, graphic designer Chicago, ITIL certification, blah, blah, blah. And what happens is, if those keywords are in your posts or in your profile, you will pop up in their search. But you have to, like, treat it like going to the gym. You can't do it once a week and expect results. You got to create a rhythm.
I really love that, because, it really does work. I mean, you told your story of how you got into coaching. Similar for me. I was doing a marketing podcast, and I was just putting myself out there. It was a big expense. I wasn't getting paid for it, right? It was a side hustle. It was a thing I was doing with a friend. And then that led to the connections that led to a new job in the education industry, which led to my coaching career. And so it's so fascinating how these things, we don't even know where they'll take us when you start putting yourself out there like that. And the anxiety is high, like super high, especially if you're an anxious person like I am. It's tough to jump that hurdle. And I used to belabor podcasts or belabor a blog post that it would take me days or weeks to write it, and then I would sometimes not even post it because I was too terrified. And then you got to find the right thing for you, right? So just free form conversation works way better for me than writing something long form, because I overanalyze it when I write it. And I think that that's one of the things, leaning into what you said before, of the different learning styles. There's also different creation styles, right? Not everyone should be a blogger. Not everyone should create a podcast. Not everyone should be on video, but there is some form of content creation that works for you, whether it's images or writing or speaking or audio, video, etc.